Hey guys!
Everybody's heard of microblading, but have you heard about Ombre Powder Brows? So this is another type of eyebrow technique, and it may be better for you.
Ombre Powder Brows is a semi-permanent makeup technique that is done using a machine, and you insert pigment into the skin in a dotting motion. Unlike microblading, where you're using a manual tool and you're cutting the skin, making micro cuts in the skin, you're using a machine for Ombre Powder Brows, where it's kind of making a dotting motion like this to implant the pigment into your skin.
And since it's just a dotting motion, it's a lot less trauma than the cutting from the microblading. Similar to microblading and many other types of permanent makeup, we only work in the epidermal layer of the skin, which means that this will not last as long as a body tattoo.
The deeper that you work in the skin, the longer the tattoo will last. But that's not something that we strive for cosmetic tattoos, because the appearance is very harsh, and for cosmetic tattoos you want a very light, kind of airbrushed look. And something that you can, if you want to add more with makeup, you can, but you don't want that on your face permanently.
Right, and you also risk the change of color when you go too deep with pigment, and you definitely don't want that change of color to happen on your face.
Also, when you work too deep in the skin, especially the face skin, you might see scarring, and that's not something we want. So we work very superficially, but it does require more touch-ups. Now, getting back to Ombre Powder Brows, and what makes it such a great technique is that it does last up to 3 years.
Like all forms of permanent makeup, we do require a touch-up 1 to 3 months after the initial session, and after that touch-up you will need more touch-ups about a year after. We recommend about a year after to keep it looking fresh.
Yes, so every year we do recommend that you come back to us and we will perform a quick touch-up just to refresh the color and redefine your eyebrows. This is a great technique for everyone, whether you have oily skin, normal skin, or dry skin, or even combination skin. Microblading, on the other hand, is only good if you have normal to dry skin. Dry skin is preferable.
So sometimes we have clients that walk in that already have previous eyebrow tattoos that weren't really one of the current modern styles. And so depending on how dark it is and how deep it is and the color, we can use the ombre powder technique to cover up those old tattoos.
This is in some cases, if you have very, very dark previous work, then we won't be able to cover it up and you will need tattoo removal. But in a lot of cases, most cases I would say, we can do something to improve the appearance, but you must be realistic with your expectations, because it's not going to look like someone who had virgin brows, no previous work. We will have to saturate your brows a little bit more to cover up the previous pigment. If you're someone that has very little to no hair, then this technique may come across a little less natural than you'd like. That's just because you don't have any hair to cover up or to blend in with the shading. So it won't look like hair, it'll look a little bit more like makeup. If that's a look that you want, then you're set and this is the technique for you. However, if you're someone that wants a more natural result and you have a nice amount of hair, we can make it very soft and very, very natural. It'll just look like you have a little bit of powder behind your eyebrows. If you do want something that looks more natural because you do have very little to no hair, then I definitely recommend going with micro shading, which we're gonna get into in another video. For that technique, we combine microblading with shading. So we can combine these two techniques to either put a lot of hair strokes in the front of your brow and define the rest of your brow, or put hair strokes throughout your brow and shade in between the hair strokes. There's many different ways that we can do this technique, so just stay tuned for that. That'll be coming up soon.
If you're interested in learning how to perform this technique yourself, we do offer a course online, 100% online. We'll leave a link in the description below.
If you haven't already done so, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and if you have any ideas for upcoming videos, make sure to leave that in the comment section below. Well, we hope you enjoyed this video.
See you next time.